Hunter Destroyer,
What is it?
A Hunter Destroyer.
What is it?
A Hunter Destroyer machine.
Hey, DarkMatch listeners, it's 10 p.m. on Saturday. Do you know your enemy? We're going to talk about the WWE's week for SmackDown tonight. I'm Christopher Says, as always, DarkMatch's Mastodon of the Monotone.
I'm Jingus, and this might be actually my last show for a little while here, so I'm glad to be here with you guys.
I'm Teefus, and I still don't have a catchphrase.
I'm the dragon. I'm Ellie. And, crap. What's that greater tweeting?
Teefus, stop laughing, you're not helping.
Who would? I can't do this.
Oh, that was the funniest damn whatsoever tweeting I've ever heard.
Okay, so, SmackDown.
Yeah.
Alli, I love you, man.
I agree, Alli. SmackDown did start with Triple H coming out just like he did on Raw.
Yes.
Basically, what they're building up with Triple H is that, like, oh, I thought that this would be an easy job, but Vince McMahon, I could see why he always acted like the heel he did with all his shit. Like, this pressure's mounting on me. We're gonna get an undisputed champion. There's two champions. We're gonna get an undisputed one. It's so much pressure, and on the next note, we're gonna deal with the heavyweight champion Christian's music hits.
Christian. No,
not that music.
Go!
Comment.
You do.
If you close your eyes. Okay, I won't do
The
it.
music on SmackDown sucks nowadays. I wish they'd go back a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either to the beautiful people or it's shit. The music that they use to bumper their segments is much better.
Live.
Mm.
But they're not live anymore. They can't.
Yeah, that fucking Green Day song.
But okay. But
Songs. They could do Diamond Eyes. They could
enough
do,
about Green Day.
anything really. What's Saliva doing these days? They can't put out another generic rock song for them to contact?
Fuck, Jinder Mahal's music would even be better than this one.
Hire Evanescence, for Christ's sakes. Whatever, move on.
Yeah, basically, Triple H runs down the card for tonight. Among the matches, an Intercontinental Championship match between Ezekiel Jackson and Cody Rhodes. More on that later. Money in the Bank winner versus Money in the Bank winner. Alberto Del Rio versus Bryan Danielson. And World Championship match participants will be in matches themselves. Great Khali will face Randy Orton and Christian. That's when his music hits. Christian threatens to sue Triple H for setting up a no-holds-barred match between him and Randy Orton at SummerSlam. He thinks that he's overstepping his authority, and he could do whatever he wants with the title, so he's going to sue him. He's going to sue his pants off. He's going to sue the fans. He's going to sue the announcers. He's going to sue Justin Roberts.
He'll sue his own grandmother in the head if he has to get the title.
Yeah.
Christian is the popcorn stand. Oh, sorry.
Christian in this role is so awesome because he's the exact heel they need, which is SmackDown doesn't really have a lead top babyface. They don't have the one guy they want to see beat up everybody. But they do have Christian, the one guy they want to see everybody beat up.
That one babyface is what they're trying to make Orton into.
Or Sheamus, for that matter.
Or Danielson.
No, their goal is to make Orton that babyface for SmackDown, but we'll see how well that takes.
But Christian is such a bitch heel, and it's awesome. He is legitimately drawing money because people want to pay to see this guy just finally get shut up and somebody to kick the shit out of him.
And it's just the way his eyes just naturally sit, like his eyebrows and everything. He just looks like he's on the verge of kind of throwing a tantrum and breaking down.
Yeah.
Yes, his glory years are there.
And that works into the segment because Triple H basically games him and manipulates him and infuriates him by talking into accepting the match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, he's like, well,
filing a lawsuit.
He's like, you're gonna file a lawsuit. Well, I'm your boss, and for you not to participate in this match would be a breach. I'm gonna fire your ass if that happens. And at that, Christian goes, "Why are you doing this to me? I've known you for 14 years." Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Almost reverting back to the whole tantrum thing. Like it.
Yeah.
I hope we see him flop around the ring, like if he loses. But I personally don't think he will.
I would love it if he did.
Yeah.
Fangasm!
It's part of his character. It's a rich backstory.
Christian actually also brings up the fact that Randy Orton basically terrorized his family, broke into his house, a bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
And Hunter goes, don't like him, respect him. The fans don't respect you. If you want to get your respect from the fans from me, you do this match, stuff like that. And he leaves the ring with Christian to his match. He's going against Sheamus.
Yeah.
Here comes Sheamus.
Everybody's favorite Irishman.
I like Sheamus a lot. I'm a Sheamus fan.
I do too.
He's again that rare, versatile, huge guy.
And if you haven't seen it yet, check him out from that segment from when he was on Conan O'Brien this last Thursday night. Because it was actually really good. You could see a side of Sheamus you haven't seen yet.
Sheamus was on Conan?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, yeah. I did not know that.
Check it out.
I'll look for it.
He needs to talk more about potatoes.
He actually did talk about potatoes on Conan.
Yes.
And comb-overs. But that's digressing from the topic of discussion right now.
It is.
When Teefus is the voice of reason, God, this is a long
Why
night.
is that so odd for people to accept that I can... You get drunk on the show one time.
During the TNA show.
I know, right?
Teefus.
I'll be in
Credit.
God.
I'll be in a corner.
But yeah, fuck me, good match. Not much else I got to say about this. Like,
well, hey, we're separating this now. We got to pat it out a little bit. Christian is very good as the little guy who can hang with the big guys, who really could take it to the guy if he really wanted to, but he doesn't really want to. This hurts. I'm going home.
Yeah, like I'll say to everyone like on the forums that like I bitched about this, saying like they always do that. Lately they've been doing this shit a lot. Where a heel, he's like, I don't want this match. Like I'm just gonna leave and get counted out. Christian actually wrestled for a good while. Then he was like, okay, I give up. I thought it was fine, like, and I definitely understand why he would do it, like, leading up to a match at SummerSlam. However, I still think that there's never any repercussions for this. Like, Triple H didn't come out and say, like, hey, you're not going to wrestle your match to like, any kind of conceivable finish. I'm going to not only make it no holds barred, but Randy Orton has a chair, or whatever. Anything.
They do need a stipulation for that match at SummerSlam. It's no holds bar, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, they could have done that, I guess. I think it would have been extra. I think they made their point already.
Yeah.
But, I guess not really arguing with it. But among the kind of face spots that Sheamus has and showcased in this match was where he ties someone like with his chest out like in the ropes, and then he does the 10 punches.
And the crowd counts along. I mean, Sheamus is a fucking babyface now.
Yeah, he is. It's the weirdest thing, too.
They turned him without turning him.
Yeah, that was
the most unceremonious turn I've ever seen since Randy Orton.
Subtle goddamn transition.
Like less noticed than Randy Orton.
But just the crowd finally realized we kind of like this guy. He's good at his job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, certainly, like, we saw seeds of that last year when, like, the Nexus was terrorizing and he finally had a change of heart, came to the ring with a chair. People were really kind of roaring for him, but they respect him. He finally did something face-ish, and now he's made this quick transition.
I think there were two big things holding him back before, and that was, one, for anyone that's, like, internet wrestling community savvy, the stories about him being buddy-buddy with Triple H. And two, Kevin Dunn being a bitch. And that's really
making him dress up like a giant leprechaun.
Yeah.
Devil.
That was all everything that was kind of shitty and confusing as to why the fuck Sheamus is doing this. That was Kevin Dunn's doing.
Yeah, that stupid crown that he was wearing, making King of the Ring once again not really mean much.
And the fact he was a heel in a sea of heels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm glad he's still up there. I would have frankly, I wouldn't have expected them to use this guy as well as they have. I would have expected them to been featured a long time ago.
Oh, he's so unique looking. He's either going to be really successful or be a flash in the pan. And I'm glad he's not a flash in the pan.
Or be a ghost at the haunted house.
Yeah, one thing we noticed is that the leaked new theme didn't play tonight, so I guess they're going to have it in his match with Mark Henry, and I can't wait.
I hope that I hope that new theme that we heard is actually legitimate and not just internet.
I like it because I'm a fan of the Pogues, and that's what it reminds me of. Like, it's that same kind of, like that rumbling kind of, like, Irish folk punk.
Actually, we've heard the serious Irish entrance music, and it's just like, okay.
But
are we gonna play a sample, or are we gonna get arrested?
I don't know.
No, if Teefus or Newly feel like putting it in there,
I can see what I can do. I'll see what I can do about that.
Anyway,
what you want, Booker Man?
Less music or wrestling. Christian says, fuck this, I'm going home. Bye. Gets counted out.
Yep.
But still holds up the title in front of Sheamus. Which, actually, that almost sets up Christian wins, Sheamus beats Mark Henry, he fights for the title next.
Yeah, it does.
Kind of perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't want Randy Orton just arbitrarily feuding with a newly faced Sheamus. So.
I have this mental image of, like, going to the people who are running Impact and sitting them down in the classroom. I've got SmackDown projected on the wall, and I, with my pointer, am showing how this leads to this future feud.
We got to be careful with what we speculate on, though, because it could lead to a four-way for the title involving Mark Henry.
Yeah, good point.
Just saying.
No one wants a four-way with Mark Henry.
No one wants it anyway with Mark Henry.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We digress.
Next match.
Our second match is Beth Phoenix and Natalya, which fucking power trip of a Divas team, versus AJ Lee and Caitlyn. And another short match, as per usual with the Divas.
Yeah.
But I like the spots they hit. Like, Caitlyn sold them out.
They basically destroyed them.
It was what it needed to be.
They did this great double vertical suplex on Caitlyn. AJ Lee got tagged in only to sort of get a few elbows in and then get glam slammed. Pretty much like...
And AJ... I like AJ's... just the way she carries herself. She gets a reaction. It's not a sexual thing. She is cute, yes.
No. But
she's got charisma. She's got a presence.
Yeah. She knows what she's doing out there in terms of playing to the crowd. Now she just needs to work on her fundamentals of being a good wrestler.
And Caitlyn's kind of the same way. Maybe not as good of a presence.
Not as much. No, AJ blew her out of the ring.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that, but I'm saying they're on both sides there's a lot of potential.
Is that... Wait, because that's the common term when you're talking about people... acting is, I remember Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel talking about Tupac Shakur blowing Tim Roth off the screen in some movie that they made together and blow out of the ring. That doesn't sound the same, does it? It's not exactly. Okay, let's not use that.
Yes, enough talk about blowing.
But it's Caitlyn.
But after after AJ gets thrown out and Caitlyn gets put in Natalya's sharpshooter. How I wish.
Really good sharpshooter.
Yeah. How I wish she favored the left leg, a la Owen Hart. How I wish that she could do that to Anderson to show him how to do it.
Yeah.
Because God,
that was one of the best sharpshooters I've seen in a while.
Yeah,
she really knows how to do it well.
Learn from the best.
Oh, look at her pedigree.
Yeah.
But, they announced that Sin Cara is going to be back tonight. funny thing about that.
We'll get to that.
Backstage segment with Zack Ryder in Teddy Long's office, and he's bragging about how the ratings are up since he's been on SmackDown, which is kind of true. Like, I don't know if he has as much of a claim as Matt Hardy does about his ratings in TNA.
I honestly think that's kind of what they were going for with a subtle jab.
I don't know about that, but like
the character's a heel basically, so it doesn't matter.
I don't think he's so much of a heel, but he's kind of like an oblivious character. Like
he's
like this naive little "I'm excited to be here" kind of character, and he's not really good or bad yet.
I mean, he gets face reactions across the board because of his people know him on the internet, but in this segment he kind of buddies with Cody Rhodes. Like they kind of like shake each other's hands because like he claims to have set up the Intercontinental title match between him and Ezekiel Jackson.
Yeah.
Teddy makes it clear that he did that. Oh no, excuse me, that Triple H did that. Yeah. And Oksana comes in, and the noir
holy
saxophone.
Crap.
Yeah, she's I mean, I'd be the first to say that this isn't the type of segment that they need to be showing in their show if they want to change things up. But goddamn, she's hot.
She looked like...
What was with the Red Shoe Diary music? Is anybody else?
No, yeah.
That reference here? Skinamax music, the saxophone.
Yeah.
Just that was embarrassing. I hate it when they play music through segments like that, or
especially that piece of music.
Weird lighting, or just don't fuck with it. Don't add to it.
You're in a stadium. We know that's not really kind of there. I mean, talk about. I mean, she looked like Ultraviolet if Ultraviolet was a good movie.
No, it wasn't.
No, that's what I'm saying. If Ultraviolet had been a good movie, this is what the character would have looked like in that movie.
Plus, it's like if you're gonna give a female character like a stereotype of some sort, it's better the femme fatale than what they were giving her before, which is basically naive, ditzy foreign woman who can't speak English.
USA.
Yeah.
And
her English still is hard to understand.
A little bit more dignified, but in this context, it sounds sexy. So,
she did look like Scarlet.
Do you
or the Black?
Imagine how many fucking takes it took to get that one where you could understand what she was saying.
She did look like the Black Widow from Iron Man a little bit, in my opinion.
Well, if we're not thinking of Scarlett Johansson, but nonetheless, innuendo ensues. Which
I'd like to think about Scarlett Johansson. I don't know about you.
And Teddy is amazing in these skits, let me say.
Yeah.
Teddy Long, how did this guy become such an amazing, entertaining, just likable fellow?
Yeah.
I mean, he was a referee and a heel manager, and he was okay at those, but, unmemorable.
Yeah, now he's just like a good egg,
And now he's like he's the Bill Cosby of the WWE.
With sexuality, though.
What?
He's Bill Cosby with sexuality.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. The guy hooks up with women that give him a heart attack.
Yeah, good point.
You haven't seen that since Tori Wilson's dad.
I know.
Bringing up memories everyone wants to have.
Move along.
Yeah, let's get along here. We got match number 3 yet?
No, because we have our backstage segment between Johnny Curtis. He's in his darkened locker room as he has to contemplate the fact that he's wrestling Mark Henry in his debut match.
And he's running out of puns.
Yeah, he pretty much says nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything.
He reacts to this segment as Mark Henry says, "Oh, you're play on words. Why don't you just go out there and break a leg?"
Yeah.
And this is actually... Why don't they just let Mark Henry talk like that? Because that was legitimately kind of... It's like Bill Duke.
I don't know if anyone wrote this because Mark Henry a few weeks ago did do the promo where he ended with saying better is better. So.
Well, better is better. I mean...
Well, but you can't argue with that. I mean...
When he's doing this kind of it doesn't have to be, I'm going to kick your fucking ass. It's just going to be, hey, dude, you're wrestling me tonight. You know what that means. Yeah, you know what that means.
Better bring some check mix. Good
luck, little buddy.
Better wear fresh ties, because that's going to be embarrassing when you get to the hospital.
But I look at vignettes like I look at Johnny Curtis's reaction at the end of it, and I almost think that they're gonna do some kind of ironic thing where in the beginning of his comedy vignettes he was saying like, oh, that's not happening, the tag team title shot with R-Truth. What if he starts talking about conspiracies, fucking been in developmental for 4 years, and he joins a tag team with R-Truth, he makes his puns, R-Truth talks about spiders, and they win the belts?
It would be glorious, but let's stay away from the fantasy booking.
Pun, spider pun.
Third match, Sin Cara versus Tyson Kidd.
Sin Cara with his ability to change height and weight.
Hunikara.
This was the luchador Hunico under the mask, a guy I don't think I've ever seen wrestle before, actually.
Sin Hunikara.
And he does an okay Sin Cara impression.
Mm.
Well, not in terms of Sin Cara's or Mystico's actual spots, but he's a good worker. He's not fucking impressive, but he's a damn good worker.
And this is kind of like trying to replace Tiger Mask 1 with Tiger Mask 2.
And I don't know. To me, there's just like it was very much the lucha style in that there, after every set of moves, there was a big an obvious pose and no real selling until the very end.
Mm.
And
that's
not going to work long term.
Yeah, but he got it, and there were some awkward moments, but I think this Hunico guy had some interesting charisma of himself, his body language, the way he carried himself. I think he might have just won himself a job with that fucking match.
Yeah, probably. We've been discussing for 5 seconds to get into fantasy booking. What if Sin Cara comes back with Mystico colors and he challenges him as an imposter? Moving on, the finish,
and then they move into a tag team.
Yeah, but
you don't say anything.
The finish of this whole thing was Hunico does a springboard senton, and then he runs to the other rope and does a lion salt. Not a bad one. I'd never trash Hunico as a worker, but it's just funny the way they're playing this off, because motherfuck, you could just ignore it, but all the fucking commentators are like, if you notice, Sin Cara looks much bigger.
Yeah. He's put on some weight there. That's muscle. That ain't fat, Cole. That's heavier than fat.
They could have a serious meta.
Out of their way to but you had to say something, because it obviously wasn't the same guy. And in Make Believe universe, hey, he was out for a while with an injury, so he came back, a bit buffed up and a bit heavy. That happens. Yeah, it's what they got to do.
I was just thinking they could have a serious meta moment when they bring back the real Sin Cara and have the two of them as a special guest on either the Peep Show or the Cutting Edge.
Oh, yeah. This could go in a lot of interesting directions if they want to, and in their current Mark-friendly phase. So, here's hoping.
Yep.
But yeah, after that, our next match is Alberto Del Rio versus Daniel Bryan. Money in the Bank winners collide. And like his match against CM Punk, I think this one was longer, but again...
No, this is shorter.
Yes.
Really? Shorter than 4 minutes?
Yeah. The match on Raw went 4 minutes and 40 seconds. This was 4 minutes flat.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, still good working with each other, except for the fact that I think Danielson was selling the wrong arm throughout the entire thing.
I got the same impression here again that I did with Alberto on Raw, that these two guys could have a fucking awesome, amazing 20-minute match. And in 4 minutes, it's okay.
Yeah.
But, Del Rio, after a missile drop kick by Danielson, Del Rio puts him in the cross arm breaker and he taps. I've just, obviously as a smart, as a fan, not too crazy about it, but I get the fact that the Raw title is supposed to be spotlighted more so.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, tangent. The commentary team, is Josh Matthews slowly trying to go heel? Because he seems to be sometimes cheering for some of the heels.
I think they've got this kind of screwy thing in place where you have like a heel that has good wrestling skills, and the commentators say like he could back his shit up, or like he still did like a good kind of.
Cole's always is as annoying as always. We don't even need to get into that.
I think Michael Cole's the heel, Booker T is the face, and Josh Matthews is the mark. I think that's what they're going for.
In the 3-man team, Josh Matthews has essentially just become Michael Cole before he became a heel, where he's very much hyping things.
He's just excited to be there.
Yeah.
They're letting me be on TV.
Next match. I like this.
Oh, wait. After the match, Barrett plays a hand Bryan Danielson is about to get up, and then he just boots him in the head and does the wasteland to him, and Josh Matthews announces that they're going to have a match at SummerSlam.
I'm good they're on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
We'll have a good match.
Yep.
Just stupid, random way to start it, but okay.
Yeah. Next match is our Intercontinental Championship match, where the title changes hands. Cody Rhodes wins it, which everyone fucking expected, but free TV as opposed to pay-per-view. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Yet another
go-home show was unusual.
Another match that this week that they really could have benefited from by saving for the pay-per-view.
SummerSlam, yeah. I mean, that's twice now.
When is the last time you've seen a mid-card title defended in an actual good, well-booked, well-hyped match on a pay-per-view?
Dead silence.
Fucking Daniel Bryan Miz. That's all.
Yeah.
that like.
I mean, when did the Intercontinental and U.S. titles pretty much become synonyms for TV title?
Oh no, I'll say like just in terms of stature, U.S. title much greater than Intercontinental title. That's just.
What it comes down to is Raw belt, SmackDown belt.
Yeah.
Let's just call it that.
Yeah.
It's like, which one do you think they'll showcase more? Which I think is fucking unfortunate. Like, I don't like the fact that Raw has to be like the sort of older brother with like all the privileges. Like, they have to put like some kind of fucking effort into making SmackDown look like a good show.
Well, SmackDown's always going to be handicapped by not being live.
Yeah.
But
SmackDown's always going to be the B show. They are, for how many years? 18 years now, it's Monday Night Raw. It's their model. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
But
our model is dragging things out to interminable lengths. Back to the match. Cody Rhodes, okay, make your one point, then we'll go to the match.
I don't know. I just feel like there were some moments where they would attempt to put like important feuds or whatever on SmackDown, like say when the WWE belt was defended there, or when Cena won the World Heavyweight Championship, or something of that nature.
Sometimes they would, yeah, like the Undertaker versus Kane angle last year.
Oh, yes.
I mean, they'll do some stuff like that. They don't forget about it. They don't take it for granted, but it's still the number 2 show. And I like Ezekiel Jackson. In talking about this next match, I mean, everybody likes Cody Rhodes. He's an exceptional worker, and that turnaround turnbuckle kick thing that he does is just so sweet. His precision on that is amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean...
But Zeke has the charisma. People...
They're finally starting to let him show it, though. That's something that they never did for, like, the first 2 years he was on the main roster.
Yeah, it's like this guy, I don't know if you can talk or not. I can't recall any Ezekiel Jackson promos off the top of my head.
It's like Ezekiel Jackson managed by the back of his head. I mean...
I'll talk about that.
Well, I mean, that was like the most interesting selling point of this guy is like, have you seen the back of his head? Now we're actually getting to know who the guy is a little bit. We're getting to see more.
I even forget sometimes he actually has an accent. I keep thinking Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's like
That's another
Ahmed.
thing. Why red tights? Why?
The thing is, he's like the good parts of Ahmed, but without the bad parts. He's not a fucking psychopath, apparently, like Ahmed.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't
hurt people in the ring like Ahmed did.
Doesn't talk
this
like
guy is legitimately talented, and I mean, there's no downside here. He's a little clunky, but they could do a lot with Ezekiel Jackson. They could make this man heavyweight champion of the world. Seriously.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't know. I don't think we've seen enough to make that determination.
He'd need a talk. He'd need a talker and some storylines and to develop a personality. But in terms of what he's got, in terms of potential, he's got it.
Okay.
All right. Cody Rhodes hits the beautiful disaster, and yes, what I want to talk about regarding this match is Ted DiBiase's interference. He didn't do anything. He just stood up on the apron, and Zeke Jackson decided to stop his spot in order to focus on Ted.
And yet, it was still better than the interferences we saw on TNA this week.
No, the hilarious thing was, literally, DiBiase did nothing. He once jumped up to distract him, Ezekiel, and Cody got him. And then another time, when the ref's back was turned, he jumped up to hit Ezekiel, and Zeke took him out. So it's like DiBiase is... It's funny to listen to the commentary where Michael Cole's trying to explain this, saying, well, he sees DiBiase as a project. He's kind of... And you can hear the internal battle, because these guys used to be a tag team not too long ago.
Yeah,
so it's not like Cody Rhodes can take this guy under his wing and show him how to do things. And you can hear Michael Cole wanting to say that, but stopping himself because it's not right.
Yeah, it's like the reformation of Legacy, but with the roles reversed, and they're not really referencing that it's a reunion or anything.
Yeah, they haven't even barely mentioned their past history.
But I think I actually prefer that. I mean,
and they're still on the same show with Orton too.
Yeah, I think referencing that this is a reunion of their old tag team would actually be a burial of DiBiase of sorts.
Yeah, I can only remember one time that Cody Rhodes he called Ted DiBiase a priceless friend.
Yeah.
With his crazy gimmick, funnily enough, but nonetheless, he said that. That's the only reference of Legacy they've had. Fuck.
I don't see how acknowledging history buries them. I think
look at the roles. Back in Legacy, DiBiase did all of the talking. Rhodes,
I know.
Cody Rhodes said like 3 words the entire time he, Orton, and DiBiase had any association with each other. Now, Rhodes is doing all the talking. I don't think I've heard DiBiase talk in like a month and a half.
Okay, so either bring up that point or don't, but don't just ignore the history like WWE is doing.
Yeah.
I mean, they basically just never bothered to mention, oh yeah, by the way, they're pretending like these are just 2 random guys and not guys that were a tag team for like a fucking year.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it works, and I think it works better than if they really brought too much attention to that.
Well, I think they're going to start bringing attention to it. Like if, because basically after the match, they put a bag on the down Zeke's head as Cody Rhodes celebrates just winning the Intercontinental title. Zeke gets up, pulls the bag off slowly, and it's that perfect moment where Ted DiBiase doesn't realize he's standing behind him, and he's going to complete.
I think that's the first time somebody's gotten up when they had the bag on.
Yeah.
Because every other time it's somebody they laid out.
Yep.
And
this time, it's just because he pinned him, he won the championship, and they jumped in too early. They put the bag on, and he's like, they bagged me? Oh, motherfucker. No.
But basically, Zeke manhandles Ted. He gorilla presses him and throws him out, and Cody avoids catching him. He just steps aside.
That was a in storyline terms, was awesome, hilarious, made Cody look like the biggest piece of shit on the planet, not even trying to help his friend. In terms of Ted DiBiase's biology, ow, why'd you take that bump?
Yeah.
It just kind of made me laugh just because I think Ted's finally starting to loosen up as a character and as a performer. Because I think that's been his major issue is everything he's done is, like, promo-wise has always been really stiff.
Yeah.
And wooden. But
I'd agree with that.
And I think since they repaired these two, he's relaxed a little bit more, and I think it's a way to revive his character and take it in a direction other than just being, I'm a $1 million man's son.
Yeah.
I honestly think the degree that they played up the whole, second, third generation superstar thing for those guys kind of held them back a little bit initially.
Yeah.
But,
and back to the show.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to say it.
They give a rundown of the SummerSlam card. Do you guys want to do that at the end of the show, or just
do it at the end?
Yeah, if we have time, we'll do it at the end.
But backstage segment between Randy Orton and Matt Striker, where Striker basically asks him what's on his mind for the match at SummerSlam and the forthcoming match against Great Khali. And Orton talks about his anger management. We're fucking getting back to this. I don't like this. He talks about his anger management class, and he's like, you're not supposed to keep it bottled up. You're supposed to find ways to release it. Find an outlet. And he's going to do that to Christian this Sunday. Or face Orton robot promo when he's...
by the way, that one thing that I didn't mention... I think that Christian as a heel actually helps connect with some, let's say, higher intellect viewers out there, because the way when he says, I'm going to sue you, and he's throwing out all these legal terms, that's the kind of wrestling talking segment you would not be embarrassed to show your parents. You know?
It's egregious.
See, these guys have vocabulary. They know the legal system. They're basing it off of that.
I haven't saw Bockwinkel on TV. But yeah, he moves on to Great Khali, and he says he won't need Jinder Mahal or Rosetta Stone to translate what the RKO stands for. He'll be sure to tell.
Handle Keith Orton.
Yeah, fuck Jinder Mahal, let me just say that. I'll probably say it again when we talk about the match, but fuck Jinder Mahal. Mark Henry versus Johnny Curtis, it's a squash match.
Yeah, they did all those build-ups for this?
Yeah, he looks like a bitch.
I think this is the payoff for the ribbing they pulled on.
I mean, quite honestly, like Curtis... I mean, I know, they fed him to Mark Henry. Like, it's Mark Henry. Johnny Curtis is not going to get a lot of headway in his debut matches against Mark Henry, but still, why the fuck is his debut match against Mark Henry?
Yeah, this makes no sense. Because his comedy stuff he was doing, I hated it. The pun shit, it did not get one laugh out of me. I was glowering and flipping the bird to the screen. And, apparently, Alli is out of the conversation. I'm sorry. We're having technical difficulties. Alli cannot hear anything.
Oh, he's still in the call.
Yeah, from what I can see, he's still in the call.
Calm down, War Machine. No.
But, whatever. But above all else, like, for the people that did like the puns in his promos, it's a fucking waste of time and money. If you're gonna do that junk and then just feed him to Mark Henry, it's why would you do this from any practical standpoint?
Yeah. It's killing it's a partial birth abortion, baby, basically. What? Too soon?
Not really.
I think we need to make like a fetus and head out of the segment.
Christ.
Just broke Chris.
Yeah. But yeah, he's... Mark Henry's about to go...
Bad that Allie's missing this.
I know, right?
Yeah, Mark Henry's about to Pillmanize Johnny Curtis's leg, but Sheamus comes in the ring, and as soon as that happened, Mark Henry darts out of there, and Sheamus gives him a good point. He's like, why, when I always come to the ring, you run away? Like, aren't you supposed to be the world's strongest man? Like, aren't we facing each other on Sunday? How could we face each other if you're such a pussy? And basically, Mark Henry retaliates by threatening to snap Johnny Curtis like a twig even more. And he gives him a world's strongest slam on the floor, as if we haven't... I'm glad he didn't do the fucking Pillmanizing thing, because what we didn't get to was the recap where they showed him taking out Big Show and Kane and Vladimir Kozlov. He ruined his career. He can't wrestle because of what Mark Henry did to him. Oh, wait, see him.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
right,
Why did they fire Kozlov? That's the one I don't understand.
I honestly don't know, because they could have gotten so much more mileage out of that tag team.
their excuse was budget cuts.
I can think of about 5 other people I would have cut before Kozlov's budget cuts.
I mean,
chief among
that
Jinder
team is a winner.
Yeah, chief among them, Jinder Mahal and
Jinder
Feed.
Mahal. Fuck Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
This guy, I mean, they're giving this guy a chance, and he's shown nothing.
Well, now they're doing it better than Drew McIntyre, because that guy, Drew McIntyre's good on the mic. He's a good worker. Like, he's just not over. He wasn't over last year. He wasn't getting a fucking lick of a reaction, like, after Vince McMahon was sidelined, and even when he was with him. Like, it took a lot for this guy to get so much as like any kind of amount of booze, and Jinder Mahal is pretty much that, except without any fucking lick of skill.
Well, didn't they start turning him in face, and then they just took him off TV recently, didn't they?
Oh, no, he got injured.
Is he injured?
Yeah, that whole spot that he did where Mark Henry dived towards Big Show, and then he threw Drew McIntyre away, like, before commercial, the ref threw up the X in front of him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that, right.
I
thought that looked weird.
Yeah.
God, why did they do that? That was so retarded.
I never
You've got
follow up on that one.
Two giants and this poor... the giants were fine. The poor little guy got hurt.
Well, he wasn't supposed to fall off the stage, is the thing.
Yeah, but he had no say in it. He was being held in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then, Randy Orton versus Great Khali, who is being accompanied by Jinder Mahal. He was pretty much a non-entity throughout the match. Mm-hmm. Mahal, like, for as much of a...
Yeah, he was basically just a manager.
He was just there.
And the match, it was... okay.
It was, again, like, good. Like, Orton was able to work Khali well, like Sheamus was able to work him last week.
I mean, Khali, they've got their formula down for what they do with Khali. You know what's going to happen with him. You know what you can do with him. And Khali, I will give him a hell of a props on this. Khali took the RKO like a fucking champ. Khali took a great bump for that fucking RKO. That's
right
maybe the best bump I've ever... That is the best bump I've ever seen him take. That was legitimately impressive. That was
Can't hear anything.
Okay, we can...
Alli.
Okay.
Alli.
Can
you hear us? We can hear you.
Yeah, okay, for those listening at home, because I'm going to be too lazy to edit this out.
Do you mean that you're deaf and we're going to have to somehow avoid a lawsuit, or...
No, the wire's broken his headset, but he can still use his microphone, but he can't hear us, and he can't take the wires out, his headset out, because he's around the rest of his family and stuff, so it would be kind of...
This is DarkMatch.
Just randomly say, I agree, and no, you're getting it all wrong. Just at random.
Yeah.
Always shooting, brother.
He can't hear you. And his voice is timid enough that we're going to talk over him anyway when he says anything.
I know.
But yeah, like, what else are you going to say about this match? Fucking...
Good night and go away.
Yeah. About the match, yeah. The match was less interesting than the details about Alli's headset, yes. I mean, it's a Kali match. You know what it is. You know the deal.
But like I said, I think when he's a heel, like for some reason people can work with him. Like when he's supposed to do that stupid he's supposed to do a stupid chop block as a face and like do the dancing around. Mm-hmm. Screw it.
Oh, in singles, he's much better as a heel. If he was in a tag team, I think he'd be better as a face.
Okay. But Randy Orton wins damn clean. Thank you for being a heel, Jinder Mahal. And
with the most amazing hats off to you gentlemen for accomplishing that RKO ever.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, Christian's music hits, and he's, strangely enough, confident. Because he has something. He has the best thing going. It's no holds barred. Anything goes. Wait till this Sunday.
Right.
What does he have up his sleeves? Anything?
I don't know. That entire promo, it felt like he was alluding to Jericho for some reason. That's just the vibe I got. Is like Jericho. And
no, he didn't name any names. He's just saying. He's basically saying somebody's going to have my back.
I know, but it just the way he said what he said just felt like a Jericho kind of thing. And maybe that's just from all the time he spent in a tag team with Jericho, like Jericho style rubbed off on him or something. But
yeah, it's a reach.
For all I know, like he could get fucking Edge to just come in and spear Randy Orton and turn into Gumby because he's conditioned to do that.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? Like, honestly, that
would be funny to turn, like, injured, can't touch heel, turn Edge heel now, because nobody's allowed to hit him.
Or
because he's the cripple.
Or it would really it would basically be Christian showing his ass, because, like, now he's making his friend he's saying, like, oh, I got this thing, I got this favor I want you to do, but I'm injured, but I have to keep the title. He's even more of a heel because he's using a retired guy to fight his battles for him.
He's hiding behind a cripple.
Edge would be awesome in that role. Yes.
Especially if they bring back the ENC, like, totally reeks of, suckitude or whatever kind of.
Yeah, just have Edge there basically as a manager.
Yeah.
Why do I have to keep doing
Edge manages Christian. That's awesome. Fuck yes. No, the fantasy booking is back. Edge manages Christian. That's what we should do. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dark Match.
SummerSlam card.
SummerSlam card.
So, this is why I don't host.
Heath Slater versus Heath Slater.
What?
That would be the fucking match of the night.
Heath Slater versus the Atlanta legal system.
Oh, that's too soon. Especially since there's no word out in terms of, like...
Yeah, charges haven't even been filed on that one yet, and if you don't know what we're talking about, you're probably better off. So...
Yeah, first...
Various possible allegations.
First match, Daniel Bryan versus Wade Barrett.
Throw away, whatever.
It'll be good.
It'll be... Hopefully they do some English-style counter-wrestling out there.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter who wins this one, but I
don't know about that. Like, I don't think Barrett's really too savvy about... He seems to be more of a brawler. Like, they put him over much more that way. But obviously Bryan has to get this win, like... Because I guess Wade Barrett's considered a top heel on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Sheamus versus Mark Henry. Sheamus win.
It's what are we making predictions? Is this official?
Yeah.
I'm picking Sheamus just because they're trying to build up his face turn.
Oh wait! We didn't pick the last match.
I did.
No one else did. Nobody else knew.
I'll take that up with Chris going on to the.
Well, fuck. I said Daniel Bryan has to win, so like I'll go with him. Like he.
Okay. Yeah, I think Daniel Bryan probably will beat Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
All right. Sheamus, Mark Henry.
This
Sheamus.
And, like, speaking on the match itself, like, it may not be that bad despite Mark Henry, because Sheamus could work damn good. Like, even for a big guy, as a babyface, he could work really good against other big guys.
Yeah.
Put their asses over.
I could see this actually, them clicking remarkably well. Just the contrast between the two of them, and not even the visual. I mean, that's the obvious one, but just how they work, how both guys do things, I think they would work extremely well together. I think that might be the sleeper match of the night.
Okay, but then we have...
Bryan wins everything.
Personally, I think he should cash in on CM Punk. But Kelly versus Beth Phoenix. Another...
Hold on. Gotta give Alli a chance to catch up here.
Chocolate versus vanilla. I like vanilla more.
Okay.
What the fuck is wrong with this show?
Dude, we are working with somebody who has a microphone but not a speaker. Where else can you get that but the dark match?
I'm cueing him through text. This is fun.
Beth Phoenix, because like Pacquiao said, she has boobs.
We will drag Alli into our club and make you a man. By God.
Oh, Jingus. I don't want to.
What?
Not had enough experience with women, let alone.
I take offense to whatever he just said because I don't know what he just said.
Oh, timing on that couldn't have been more perfect if he could hear us.
Help me, Chris.
Corpse.
Chris.
Oh.
Anyway, I gotta go with Beth Phoenix just because they're building something here.
Yeah, another thing that would make the Divas division very fresh.
It would kind of bury the anti-diva movement to have them lose in their first bout this early on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it'd kind of make them look like a bitch. Christian versus Randy Orton.
I'd say Christian retains just because it makes sense to keep the championship on him.
And again, because Sheamus would be the next logical contender.
Yeah.
And of course, Edge comes in. He betrays the fans. He turns into Gumby because he turns into Chris Daniels in WCW when he fucking paralyzed his arm. And after that, CM Punk versus John Cena.
Whoa, buddy. Whoa.
What?
I didn't make my pick for that one.
Okay, fine.
I'm going to go with Christian for the same reasons.
Dad.
Alli.
Christian.
There we go, Christian from Alli. All right.
Be the death of me. Main event: CM Punk versus John Cena.
Cena wins.
I'd put it on. I'd put it on Punk, personally.
I hope.
I don't know what they're going to do.
I do hope.
I'm going to have to say it makes more sense to have Punk win. So.
And there's always the Money in the Bank Alberto.
Oh yeah, like
unless they're going to have like Punk revert back into the kind of bitch of a heel he was for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, we can always think, they would just think, Christ, that fucking he won Money in the Bank, because last year he was on the losing end, like, never won a single fucking pay-per-view match against either Rey Mysterio or Big Show. Big Show particularly more egregious, basically buried his entire fucking stable. Jeff.
I really wish you could hear Ali's justification for why he thinks Cena's going to win, but...
Yeah.
But it's like Cena said in kayfabe, Punk needs this shit.
Yeah.
And even if Del Rio cashes in on him, like, fuck, he was blindsided, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a cheap bitch way to cop out of it, but at the same time, it still works.
So, so far we got only 5 matches for this card.
Like, yeah, 5. For SummerSlam.
kind of like last month where we had 5 matches, but two of those matches were fucking high-profile ladder matches.
Oh, wait. CeeLo versus fans that are there for wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go with the fans.
What? CeeLo? What?
Yeah, you know the song that they're using to promote? The artist that sings that is going to be performing.
The I Wish guy?
No, not I Wish. The fuck you guy.
Because that's better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bright lights.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, basically to Vince, or I guess most likely to Kevin Dunn, big shows like SummerSlam and WrestleMania mean fucking no wrestling. Or push aside wrestling and let's have a concert segment or a comedy segment. It's the only one that remains intact is Royal Rumble, and I hope that continues throughout the year because that still remains my favorite pay-per-view.
Well, they change their minds so often about how the deal works. There is no canon. There is no rules. There is no continuity. It's all what they make up.
It's like, again, like, this is why Extreme Rules was a better pay-per-view than WrestleMania and, like, Money in the Bank also, and I hope we won't have to be saying that about Money in the Bank being better than SummerSlam. I truly do hope. But, like, the matches that they do have look damn promising, so...
I mean, it used to be that SummerSlam was... I mean, if you look at SummerSlam from the 90s, that was an incredible show.
Yeah, heavy on fucking... on the wrestling, like... Big-ass title matches. Oh, wait, the mid-card belts are defended on SmackDown. And also.
That's kind of my thing, is I've never really felt like... SummerSlam is really that as big of a show as they like try to say it is.
Yeah,
since I started
SummerSlam is the one without a gimmick.
Yeah.
Well,
it's the
it has no gimmick, but you still get fucking shit like Rock versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it's basically we're gonna hype up out of thin air to make this pay-per-view. I mean, it doesn't have any reason to exist. It doesn't have a gimmick. It doesn't have an identity.
Our associate executive producer member who's on this edition, Alli, wants to let everyone know that, like, this is not e-begging, folks. We just are asking for donations so that he could get a new headset.
Yes.
The number is 1-800-GIVEMEADAMNHEADSET. I'm not going to say what numbers those are. I'm too fucking lazy. So yeah, just give us fucking money so we could get a headset.
Or you can give to the PayPal account directed to duct tape. But anyway, I think it's time for what gets more screen time than, drum roll please,
Vladimir Kozlov.
Vladimir Kozlov.
Sounds like you have something, Jingus.
The back of Ezekiel Jackson's head gets more screen time than Vladimir Kozlov.
That was minty fresh.
Yeah. Well, I guess Johnny Curtis not saying anything after weeks of punning gets more screen time than Vladimir Kozlov.
I should have done. This is better than mine.
Waiting on Alli here to see the message for his cue.
Melina, Zack Ryder, and Jay Lethal all get more screen time than Kozlov, but everyone else gets more screen time than them.
Fuck, wrap
yes.
around that. Good.
Thank you.
Okay. It's a hierarchy.
Let's see. Josh Matthews trying to say that Daniel Bryan could cash in the Raw Money on the Bank briefcase on SmackDown, gets more screen time than Kozlov. Yeah. And Booker T and Michael Cole telling him, dude, just stop.
Alright, that's the dark match.
I'm Alli.
I'm Christopher Says.
I'm Alli.
Is it working again?
No.
I'm Alli. Help me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are put together with duct tape and wires. Okay, this is dark.
Don't let that make you think that we even have duct tape and wires. These items are proverbial.
I've got scotch tape on mine. I don't know where you guys got the budget for duct tape.
I'm literally touching the wire right now.
Anyway, I'm Teefus.
I'm Jingus.
I'm Christopher Says.
And that was Alli.
I'm Alli.
Sure.
There he is.
Yes.
All right. Just
Help
because
me.
it's funny to wait, like have the awkward pause, I want Alli to finish this off. So, Alli, if you will.
Good night and go away.
Close enough. Peace, y'all.
Yo.